Hello there. I'm Chrissy from the Chrissy Love YouTube channel. I'm here with Amy Gordon, who is a Beautycounter rep and so much more. So we're going to learn about her. We're going to be talking about the new perfumes from Beautycounter. Very exciting. I believe it's the first time they've actually released a full line of perfumes, and there are 5 of them. Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll also link below to Amy's YouTube channel and ways to reach her because she's our resident expert in all things clean beauty. So let's jump right into it. Amy Gordon, thank you so much for letting us into your home office today. It's beautiful. This is our actual home, her actual background, which is incredibly impressive. So tell me about your background, how you led you to Beautycounter and what Beautycounter is all about.
Sure. So I'm going to be with the company 9 years this year, which it's hard to believe 9 years flies. The company just celebrated 11 years. So I've been, kind of involved since the early days. My background is education, and that's the part I lead with. It angered me when I realized the lack of legislation in the beauty industry. And that's kind of my mission, is to teach people about that. And fragrance, we've typically told people to, be careful of fragrance. It's in everything for the most part, from, beauty products to your dryer sheets. And it can contain some harmful ingredients at times. So Beautycounter, really, it's been 10 years in the making, has come up with a way to create a clean fragrance, and they're lovely.
It's pretty miraculous in itself, actually. Like, very few brands have really gotten it right when it comes to like clean fragrance that actually smells good and lasts and, is really worth wearing. That's not like essential oils. And there's a place in my heart for essential oils always. But I'm curious to know, I haven't smelled these yet. So this is all new for me. Luckily, Amy has done a full wear test of these perfumes, so we have a really good idea of how they actually perform too. But can you tell me a little bit about what Beautycounter itself is about as a whole?
So our mission is to get safer products in the hands of everyone. And obviously that's unrealistic to think that everyone's going to run around and buy Beautycounter products. So a big piece besides the education side is the advocacy work. So for example, in May, we are taking about 100 or so consultants to DC, and they will meet with legislators from their specific state that they come from to just, talk about the issues that we need stricter laws in this area, so that people don't have to worry about reading the ingredient labels to figure out what's in their product and if it's something that could be harming them long term. So that is our big piece and our big mission. And we formulate with safer ingredients. I feel like, some of the safest, cleanest ingredients out there. We ban anything that's been linked to human health issues, and we won't use them. So that's a big piece of really what we do, what we stand for. It's more of a movement. Like when Greg is our founder, she's female. When she founded the company, she said, the world doesn't need another beauty brand. What we need is a movement and to educate people about this. So that is best told by stories, person to person. And so that's what a lot of my day consists of, is just talking to people, and most people aren't aware.
And when I talked to you, you didn't tell me what I ask you what are Beautycounter, are you selling actual products? Because you were so focused on education. And I know there's this great app with Beautycounter, right? That
it's actually not a Beautycounter app, but it's, it's a third-party app. It's the environmental working group that does it, actually. You can scan your products and it'll give it a rating on safety, and it'll more importantly show you the breakdown of ingredients that are in there. So you start to learn like, oh, that's something I might want to avoid. So it's very powerful.
And probably pretty scary at first when you're going through the list.
I mean, because again, like people, just don't even think about it, right? You go into a store, you want to buy something, you assume somebody approved it to put it on a shelf. And that's not the case in this industry, nor can it be recalled when we know it's causing harm. Which is the scary part.
So very low protection for consumers.
The FDA doesn't really have jurisdiction in this area, but we're working on that and getting that changed. So hopefully within the year or so, that's going to be something that can happen, where the FDA can recall a product. So yes, I'm very passionate about that. I love good skincare, and our products are amazing, but I feel like lead with the education. I always tell people, I'm like, just the next time you go to buy something, think about it.
And how scary are perfumes, like versus foundation or mascara? Like, how scary are the mainstream perfumes out there in terms of ingredients?
Well, one of the interesting facts that I discovered was in 2023, fragrances alone was an $8.2 billion industry in the beauty lane, followed very closely by skincare. So those are the two big ones. And unfortunately, because of this lack of legislation, there are a lot of ingredients. what happens with fragrance, and this is across the board in products too, because your skincare can have fragrance in it too.
For sure.
And what is really tricky there is behind that fragrance label, because of something called the fragrance loophole, legally, they can have hundreds of ingredients behind that label of fragrance, and they don't disclose them. Hundreds. And they don't disclose them.
Oh my goodness.
So you might look at a label, and any label that says fragrance, perfume, anything like that, that's sometimes questionable because you don't know what's breaking down. So one of the things that we are really calling out other companies to do is full ingredient transparency. So our labels are a lot longer in that area because we're not hiding behind the fragrance loophole.
Yep. Very good point. And so more on other topics, other products. So there are now new perfumes, but what other products does Beautycounter have that they sell through Beautycounter specifically?
Sure. Your basic skincare, cosmetics, bath and body, sunscreen, some of those. So really fragrance is something new to us, and we feel like it's another area that we want to disrupt so that we can get others on board with
So then most of the products don't really contain too much fragrance. At least
no, it's really just like there's a difference. You can have a scent, right? A scent, like you were talking about essential oils. You can have a scent that's safe. And so that's really our products. If they have a scent, it's because of the ingredients that are in them.
Okay. Well, let's jump into these perfumes. You were saying that this is a pretty new launch. I mean,
today, literally. You happen to be in my office the day they're launching.
I'm so excited. This is so cool. And
we kind of did a pre-launch. So we have 5 scents, and 2 of them came out in the holiday season. So some of our clients have gotten to already try a few and love those. Actually, one of my son, I did a little test with him and to see what he liked. And he goes, "Mom, this one smells like you." And I go, "Well, I've been wearing it since September, so that's probably why it smells like me."
Of being with Beautycounter, you kind of get to try things out.
Exactly.
So there's 5 scents. Are any of them more geared toward men or cologne or?
Okay, so actually 2 of the scents are gender neutral. Oh, okay. So we do have that option. And they were funny, the 2 that my son liked the best.
Really? Well, I want to know.
And I didn't tell him that.
I want to know what they are. So let's just start with the first one you want to start with.
Okay.
Whatever it might be.
All right. I'll start with the ones that have been around for a minute. Okay. So this one is Sunspill, and I'll pull up. So we're offering a spray and a roller. The spray is a 50 milliliter. Okay. And the roller is a 9 milliliter. Okay. So Sunspill.
I like
and
that.
I'm going to use my cheat sheet for notes.
What a cool bottle this is. It's kind of like architectural. Like you could see it like sitting on a counter, really pretty.
Yes.
Beautiful. I like that a lot.
Of course, our packaging is also a sustainability piece of the product. So this is recyclable glass. So
it kind of looks like sea glass.
Yeah.
Like it has this kind of like frostiness to it.
It's funny because I had a client reach out to me today, and she's like, "Okay, I'm interested in the blue one and the green one." So already, you're
sometimes that's how it goes.
Exactly.
I'm gonna smell it while you're talking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it might be easier to like actually
smell that one.
Well, you'll go and leaving and be rolled on. So Sunspill, like the name kind of says, it's a citrusy floral. So your top notes are grapefruit and neroli. Your middle notes are the heart of the fragrance is rose petals, jasmine, and coriander. And your base notes are vetiver and cedarwood. So
I love this. I don't love florals usually.
It's a kind of that citrusy floral though.
Sunny. It is sunny. Like the neroli always makes perfumes to me smell very sunny and summery and happy and like Mediterranean, you know. But it's a little bit sweet as well, ambery.
So we're talking a lot about it's not just maybe finding your signature scent, but mood or what you're doing or what you're wearing or whatever. So a lot of people have said that could be a summer fun one reminding you.
Oh, I love it for that.
And I love the scents. They just take you somewhere. Right?
Yeah, this is really really nice. The coriander gives it a little bit of like what makes it more perfumey, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't smell like just essential oils. It smells like a really nice combination. I really like that.
There's not one that I don't like. I'm kind of shocked by that.
Feeling it's going to go that way for me too. I love it. Okay, I'll put this down here. Move on to the next one.
Okay, so we're going green. This is the one that smells like me, apparently. So this one is called Miles Away. So this is the other one that was released at holiday. So this little tagline is drop into the deep wild with this woody and restorative scent.
I like it.
So here, your top notes are lemon and bergamot. The middle are chamomile, jasmine, juniper berry. And then the base are cedarwood, sandalwood, and vetiver. So sandalwood is definitely one that
I'm going to smell it out of this one too, just so I get the full experience.
So sandalwood is one of my favorite scents always. And one of the other pieces that Beautycounter is very mindful of is the sourcing. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but sandalwood is actually becoming an endangered tree because of overuse in fragrances.
It's in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we did is we took cedarwood oil and actually were able to create a synthetic version of sandalwood in a safer way so that we're not,
depleting that resource.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This smells like so fresh and natural.
Yeah.
And it really does smell like walking in a forest or something. But not in a piney way.
Yeah, no. It doesn't
like
have
a
anything
natural
like that in that
wild forest. Yeah. That's so nice. So on your skin, how does it pull on you? How does you feel like it smells?
I feel like the same thing. I very, very earthy. Like those are the scents and the notes that speak to me. Like anytime, like that vetiver, cedarwood, sandalwood, those are always like I'm not shocked when I smell something. I'm like, I love that because it has sandalwood in it.
Of course I do. And it has a lightness to it though. Like I wouldn't go as far as to say citrus, but there's something, a levity to it that I really like.
Yeah.
That's a really nice everyday scent.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like this one. Okay.
And I love that, you can have these, like you said, it looks beautiful displayed, on your dresser or your vanity or something like that. And then these, I've been running around everywhere just in my little belt bag. And I have 2 or 3 of them in there. And it's been great because I'm sampling people, but also like touching up throughout the day.
Absolutely. And you see it projects pretty well from that rollerball.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have several times I've been in company of other people and they're like, oh, I can smell. Like, it's one of your new fragrances, right?
Absolutely. And I like how the rollerball has a really cool looking bottle too that matches the original bottle. So it's not like a plain Jane rollerball as they usually are. I love that.
And there is a discovery set option. We're offering that where you get all 5 scents. So they can try them in the little mini spray bottles. So that's a perfect way to really figure out which ones are your
And they'd go through a Beautycounter rep to get that? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. And on the website, I'm sure you can find one in your local area.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I'll put this one down and we'll do another one.
Okay. Let's do something new.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do one that I thought was not going to be my favorite, but I'm surprised. So Hyper Rose. Typically, I'm not a rose florally girl. So, this is an experience where they want you to experience rose redefined with a lavish and effortless scent.
Okay.
So your top notes here are bergamot and cassis. Middle are Turkish rose absolute, Turkish rose absolute, gardenia, and apple blossom.
Ooh.
And the base is cedarwood, cedarwood and cashmere woods.
Cedarwood and cashmere woods. So cashmere usually to me is like kind of, I don't know, like smooth and like luxurious. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a rose scent, but it's like a sheer scent.
I guess that's the Hyper Rose, like so different.
Yeah. It's not like this like heavy, deep red rose, which is good too. But this one's like, it just feels so like light and happy and like.
This one is testing really well with young teen girls.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's their favorite.
It's fresher.
Yeah,
it's actually fresher than the other 2 so far.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think I'm just jaded because I'm old. I think about,
oh my gosh.
Your grandmother always smells like rose, which is not a bad thing. Like again, core memories. Like I want to smell my, reminder of my grandmother.
Adore rose.
Yes.
Like it's one of those scents that like people just like, that's their number one. So like, I mean, even if you don't like rose, to have it in your collection is pretty key.
And these are like, when it comes to like clean beauty and fried fragrances, like the price point of these are very affordable and much less than typical.
Oh,
so
really?
A 50 milliliter bottle is $96. So anything under 100, I feel like most are like 135 to 150
for designer perfumes,
and that amount.
Absolutely. And how much are the roller balls?
35.
And do you have a price on Discovery kits?
35 as well.
Okay,
you
gotcha.
get all 5.
That's a good deal. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
On your skin when you tried this, did the cassis kind of come out? Like, did you get like a fruitiness to it?
Yeah, a bit. I definitely feel like I felt like in most cases, like when you're smelling them, it's a totally different experience than when you wear them.
Completely.
Of course, and that's when I really fell in love with it. Because even like smelling it, I'm like, okay, it's still a little florally for me.
Sure.
But I've done thorough testing now on all these, and the day I wore it, I kept saying, oh my gosh, I like this one too. You're just doing that little, you get that whiff of it every once in a while.
It wasn't just floral. It kind of developed more of the other notes on your skin.
Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, I love it, and the color is just beautiful. I
right?
love that
So fun.
bottle.
This is Pacific Dreams. I think the most unique of all of it, this one I definitely get, almost everyone I'm near is like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. So this one is really...
So look at this beautiful blue bottle. It's my absolute favorite color. Like, sea glass. This is sea glass right here. Yeah. That is beautiful. Pacific Dreams.
And I think because blue is like my signature color. I love it.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're going to dip into sunlit waves with this invigorating aquatic scent.
Oh,
okay. So this one is interesting. And I haven't done a ton of research on this.
This is so fun.
Isn't it? The top notes are sparkling lemon, bergamot, and lavender. Your middle notes are orange flower, jasmine, and marine accord, which I don't know a lot about marine accord, but I'm going to start digging into it because I love it. Marine accord. Then base notes are cedarwood, vetiver, and crisp musk.
Yeah, I do get the musk in it. That's what kind of grounds it for me. Like, one of my favorite perfumes is Replica Sailing Day, and it does kind of have like a similarity to it. If like someone might want to be able to compare it, where that marine note, it isn't like algae and like nasty marine. Sure. It's like such a fresh, like choppy waves marine feeling.
Most people that I've sampled this one to are telling me it reminds them of like one of the resorts they visited in the tropics. I've had, to me, when I first smelled it, I'm a Disney girl. It smelled like Disney to me. And I've said to several people, and a couple of people have mentioned, it's like the resort smell, but also the ride Soarin'. Like that's
so
feedback.
specific.
I know, and multiple people have said it. That's why to me.
Encapsulates
so
the
Disney
experience.
Fans, this is the one for you.
It's really good.
Isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
It's so just different than I feel like anything I've ever smelled before.
And they're all unisex, but this is probably one of the more unisex ones too.
Yeah. Like, so I didn't mention that. So Miles Away, our little woodsy friend, and the Pacific Dreams are the two.
That totally makes sense.
Yep.
I love this. This is like a scent experience.
Yes.
I really like that.
I'm so
Because
glad.
like some perfumes, you're like, I want to be a pretty girl. Yeah, I want to wear like roses.
Yeah.
But this is something like an experience.
Yeah. They all have like a little inspiring kind of thing that says, I think that one, let's see, that one is invigorating. Yeah. Like, so you definitely, I feel like, get that vibe.
I love it. All right.
And we have, so we did a couple different comparisons. So if people are wanting to switch to a cleaner fragrance, we have a list of ones that are similar to each of our scents that are, typical mainstream fragrances.
Nice
which
of
is
you.
Cool. And we also did, if you're currently using Beautycounter products that also have similar scents. So this, we launched it's called the Mighty Plump. It is one of my favorites. It's a water ceramide cream. It's a very similar scent. And I was like, as soon as I smelled that one, I'm like, I love that Mighty Plump. That, you just feel like you plump everything up. So when I put it on, I was like, oh, yep, that makes sense. That's very similar.
Fantastic. I love that one. Yeah, that's really fun.
It's beautiful. Okay, so this one is the one I have on right now. And I don't know if you're smelling any of that. But this one has been a front runner for sure.
Okay.
That and Pacific Dreams, I would say. So that one is called Second Skin.
Nice pink color.
So get all wrapped up in quiet luxury with this floral amber scent.
Ooh, I like that.
So it's a soft amber with top notes of bergamot, pink grapefruit, blood orange, and lemon. Ooh. Its middle notes are white jasmine and rose, cinnamon leaf, and lily of the valley. And the base is vanilla cream, sandalwood, musk, and amber.
That's my language right there.
I mean, you want to I almost want to eat it. I feel like that is like a yummy scent.
This smells rich.
Yes.
This smells like
quiet luxury.
Fancy. Absolutely. Like it smells like someone going out to a nice dinner, all dressed up.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's luxurious.
Yeah.
So how does the
But not like overpowering. I feel like none of them are that way.
Like, I don't get that vibe.
No, right?
I mean, I haven't worn them yet. You've worn them, so you can tell me.
I definitely feel like, of course, with the spray, when you spray it, you have a little less control of the product, and it comes out and whatever.
Sure.
But I feel like it wears down just so beautifully. So some of them, even when I spray, and at first I was like, oh, is that too strong? And of course you get used to it when you're wearing it. But then I feel like, do I still smell like it?
Right.
I mean, it's hours and days. Literally
on your clothes.
It is everywhere. Like I love my favorite time of day to actually use them is when I shower before bedtime, and I'll just put a little dab on, and then I get in the sheets, and I'm just all night. I move a sheet, and I'm like, oh, I just got a whiff of it again.
I love doing that too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So on your skin, did you find that it pulled like sweet with the vanilla? Or
yes,
okay,
I definitely, yeah, because I'm a vanilla girl. And I don't think I was as far as fragrance. I mean, I'm vanilla, like I love vanilla ice cream and things, all things vanilla, except not a scent normally, which is weird.
Yes.
But when I put that on, I was like, oh yeah, because it's like the deliciousness of it. Like I just love it.
And that blend is so nice. That's beautiful.
Yeah, this has been I've been doing little polls on social media and stuff for people that have sampled them, and that has definitely been a front runner.
Is it?
Yep.
All right, I can see why. Second skin. I really love that. And you would think with that name that it wouldn't be a super high performer, like it'd be a skin scent, but it sounds like it's still a performer.
People are loving it.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
And what I was just saying, it kind of has like a tulip look to the bottle too that I kind of like. I'm just gonna show it a couple different ways so you can see it. That's so cool. Awesome. And again, that like sea glass, beautiful color pink. I love that. So if the answer is no, I understand. But are they planning to come out with like body lotions to match or layering?
This is probably just the start. I was reading like tips because we've been doing a lot of trainings and Zooms on it. A lot of suggestions were using it with other unscented flavors that you have, like body oils and flavors, but products.
Yeah, the products.
Lotions, body oils, things like that are unscented is a nice complement to it that way. So.
And like even if it is unscented, it still amplifies the scent and keeps it on your skin longer.
Exactly.
So like that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Does Beautycounter make any scented lotions at this point?
Yeah. So our normal body lotion has like a little hint of grapefruit scent to it.
Oh, nice. That's lovely.
Yeah. Okay. So very light and not overpowering in any way, but just gives you that little something.
Great. Yeah. And so now people can buy these perfumes.
Yep. Officially, they're available. Today, they're out.
Awesome. That's so exciting. And so if they wanted to just test them in advance, they could either buy the sample pack or they could go to Beautycounter Rep, who probably has them at this point.
Yep. Okay. Exactly. And I have samples. We have little cards. I should have showed you that I can send in the mail. Yep. Like almost like a scratch and sniff card.
Awesome.
Yeah. With all
and just so everyone knows, online, we are in Wilmington, North Carolina. So if someone is local and wants to meet with Amy, her office is beautiful. It's like a salon. I'm so excited to be here. So is there anything else you wanted to share about your goals or things with Beautycounter that are coming down the line besides perfume? Or
no, I mean, I really feel like just if you learn something today from this, I'm sure you've learned tons. Share it with somebody you care about and your friends and loved ones, because the majority of people walking around out there don't know, and those are things we can't control everything that we are exposed to, but you can control what you put in and on your body. So just make better choices.
I agree with that. And we could talk for another hour about that specifically.
That piece alone.
And we did focus on perfume today because of the new launch, because that's what my channel is really focused on. So I was really excited about it. But, I would love some comments. I was interested in Amy coming back and talking more about like the effects of using, harsh chemicals in our products. I'm sure that they're more mainstream than we could even imagine.
Yeah, I just just even researching 4 of the main ingredients that are in most fragrances run the gamut from respiratory and skin irritants to hormone disruptors and carcinogens. So it's the Wild West.
Cancer causing
ingredients.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So it's just an awareness piece. Like you would assume that somebody's approving all this. It's not the case. So share that information with others and reach out if I can help. I mean, I can send you samples or whatever. It's kind of like there's no limits to the world anymore with online.
Very true. Very true. You can get a Zoom call with you from anywhere.
Totally.
Awesome. And so definitely reach out to Amy if you want more education on this topic. I think that's probably the core message here, actually, besides just the launch of the new perfumes.
Yep.
But to be able to wear these perfumes and feel really good about it and know that like I'm not damaging my body, like that gives me a lot of confidence. Makes me feel really good.
Awesome.
So thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
With me,
thank you for doing this.
Letting me be here with you.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm we met for a reason. So I'm excited that we connected and we're able to do this.
Me too, Amy. Amazing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right. Bye, YouTube fam.
Bye.
Bye.